My very first automation client did not come from Upwork. It didn't come from LinkedIn. Neither did it come from X. But guess where it came from? TikTok. Yes, my very first automation client came from TikTok. Today I'm going to be showing you how it happened. I'm going to be telling the story of how I got this client. I'm going to be telling you what I built for this client. I'm going to be telling you the tools I used, and I'm going to be walking you through what I built for this client. And I also have some lessons I'm going to be sharing, and I'm also going to be telling you how much I was paid for my first automation job. So you just want to stay till the end of this video. And if you're new in automation and you're wondering if this is real, this video is going to prove to you that it is real. So stick around. Welcome back to Automate with Ada. Hi everyone, my name is Ada Victoria Wale and I am an AI automation expert. So I help clients create useful automations that help them stop repetitive tasks they always do in their business, which in turn will help them save time and also help them save money. So if you're new here, please subscribe to this channel and turn on your post notifications. So every week I post new video. Every Tuesday there's always something exciting and interesting. So let me take you back to when this happened. Actually, when this happened, I was still in my learning period. I was still training. I was still more of like, let's say, in the middle of my training. But then again, I was still posting consistently on LinkedIn and TikTok. I was posting what I've been learning. So I started building in public. So what I learned, I post it on LinkedIn. I also post it on TikTok. So I didn't wait till when I was done with my training before I started posting. That was one proactive thing I did then, and I'm so happy I did that. So I didn't wait till when I was done. So I was posting consistently on TikTok and also LinkedIn. So one day someone followed me on TikTok and then he sent me a message that hi, that he would want me to create an automation for a client, but the client is on Fiverr. So he told me to share my WhatsApp number with him, and I shared my WhatsApp number with him, and we took the conversation to WhatsApp. Then he showed me the brief of what the client wants. So when I went through it, he told me that the client is on Fiverr and this is what the client wants. So let me just give you a brief of what this client wants. So this client has a cleaning company where he sends outreach messages to big hospitals. So when he sends this message to them and they reply him, he wants to be able to get this reply. Apart from that, he wants to be able to also get their data into Airtable, and he wants to also follow them up after 48 hours. So mainly he wants to get the details of what this clients, what they replied back. He wants to be able to dictate the reply, you understand? So he wants to be able to get their number also, he wants to be able to get their name and everything that is in the email body. So when I read through it, I won't lie to you, I was a bit skeptical if I could do this, because you know that kind of feeling like you're not even done with your training and then again someone just offered you a job. You know, I had that imposter syndrome, like, can I really do this? Can I really do this? And you know one funny thing? We just did something similar in my class. We did something similar to what that client wants. But then again, I was still doubting. I was still like, can I really do this? Can I really do this? Are you sure? I was like, what if I didn't do it well? I asked myself so many questions that weren't even necessary. But at the end, I made up my mind and I said I was going to do it. I was going to make my researches and I was going to create this automation. After all, I've done something similar to this. We've done something similar to this in class. So I told him, okay, I'll be able to do it. So the client is on Fiverr, like I said, and this guy acted like a middleman. I wasn't directly communicating with the client. He was the one communicating with the client. So then he sent me everything that I want, the Airtable invite and also the Zapier login details, and I got to work. And I'm going to be showing you what I built in Airtable, and I'm also going to be showing you what I built in Zapier. I'm going to be walking you through it. So let's get right into it now.
So here is what I built for him in Airtable and Zapier. So this is Airtable. So I need the base sparkling cleaning company. I have to change the name because I'm trying to protect his data. Then I built 2 tables for him. We have the clinics and we have the new contact. So this clinics table already contains like maybe a list of clinics that has reached out, that has replied his email, and their data is already here. While the new contact contains clinics that they are not already in his database. And there's also automation that checks this thing. So the automation goes to check if this particular clinic that has replied is already in this table, and if it's not in this table, then it creates in this new contact. I also created a view for him called to this follow up. When he clicks on this view, he can see the particular clinic he has to follow up and other clinic he has to follow. So let's quickly go back to Zapier and let me show you. So this is the Zap I created for him in Zapier. So this first trigger here is what captures when the clinic or the hospital replies his email. So when he replies his email, it delays for a while. After it delays, there's a formatter step. This formatter step just splits their name. In case their name come in a full name, just split together their first name. Then there's also a formatter step here. This formatter step adds 48 hours to the particular day they reply. So then after that, then it creates or updates record. So this particular step goes to find the record in Airtable, and if he doesn't seize it, it creates the record in this clinic table, and it pastes the record in the new contact. If he sees it, he just updates the clinic table with the current record, and that is just what I created for him.
So how much was I paid? I know your ears itching to hear this part. You think it's one big money? Not really. All right. So after I did the automation, I made sure I recorded a long video explaining to the client what I did and also how he was going to use the automation. Then the client paid on Fiverr, and if you know Fiverr, you know that when you pay, Fiverr takes about 20% of your income. That's what they paid you. So, and also, this job was actually like a referral to me. So after Fiverr taking their own share, the guy splitting, taking his own, I ended up with about $50. Yeah, about $50. Not really up to 50, but about $50. So, and was it a big money? It wasn't a big money, but it showed that, wow, so someone can actually pay me money for this skill that I wasn't even done with. Automation is one skill that I got the fastest clients. I've paid for other skills, and to tell you the truth, I find it hard to get clients. Before I was able to get clients, I wasn't even able to. Before I was even able to get clients for other skills I paid for, it took me time. But automation was one of the fastest skills that I wasn't even done. I got this client. It was the moment I know that, man, this is real, and I need to put my head down to learn this more, and I won't lie to you, after then my confidence level is skyrocketed. I was so confident, my confidence level was high after I did that automation for that client. And I kept asking the guy, I can't forget, I kept asking the guy, is this client okay with this thing I did for him? That kind of is he okay with it? Is he okay with it? And the guy said he's okay with it. That's actually what the client wants. And my mind now came down. So here is what I learned from this, my first real client I got, and I want you to take away. Here's the lesson I learned. Number 1, start before you feel ready. No matter skill you're learning, you don't have to wait before you're done learning, before you can start putting yourself out there. You don't have to wait till when you are so perfect. There's some of us that is perfectionists. Oh, you want to first learn everything. Oh, all this. I want to first be perfect. No. It's not as if it's bad. It's not bad to be a perfectionist. But even that little someone can actually pay you for it. The little you can actually use it to solve a problem for someone. Just start immediately. Just start doing something, putting yourself out there, posting on LinkedIn, posting on TikTok, posting on Instagram. This year I decided to just take Instagram also serious. Yeah. Number 2, TikTok is not just for dancing. It's not just for chasing trends. Any trends that come out, you replicate it. No, that's not what TikTok is for. You can also post educational content. I got a client from TikTok because I was posting educational content. I was posting what I was learning. You understand? So it's not just for dancing and all those stuff, but no, you can also post about your journey, post about what you're learning. Number 3, referrals are powerful. My first client came through someone who trusted me enough to refer me to a client on Fiverr. Build relationship. Be someone people want to recommend. Number 4, every project teaches you something. One of the things that this project taught me was that I could actually earn from the little I know. So far I was able to provide solution to a client's problem. Wow, it showed me that I could actually provide solution with the little that I know, and that experience actually made me better for my next client. And after I got that first client from TikTok, then I got my first job on LinkedIn with a Nigerian brand. But it wasn't actually a good experience. I don't know, would you people want a video on that? Then after that, I got my first job on Upwork. So if you're actually there wondering whether automation or freelancing or going into remote work in general is actually something you can do, even as a mom or as an individual, I hope this video answers that for you. I started with the same doubts you have right now, and my first client came before I even finished my training. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe. I'm going to be sharing more relatable stories about my tech journey, about my automation journey. I'm also going to be sharing some tutorials and some freelancing tips. So subscribe and turn on your post notification. So see you on my next one. Bye.